And welcome back to Chicago Bulls Insider. Today, we're talking about the NBA Summer League as the NBA Summer League gets ready to start here for the Chicago Bulls tomorrow. So, wanted to go ahead and do a quick preview and talk about some of the players that have already looked pretty good here that the Chicago Bulls possibly could have drafted. So, before we jump into that, I first want to remind you to slam dunk on that subscribe button, just like Modest Buzelis slam dunks in games. And so, in exchange for slamming on that subscribe button, I'm going to give you nothing but daily content around the Chicago Bulls. So make sure that you hit that like, you hit that subscribe, and you join the Chicago Bulls Insider family as we talk nothing but Chicago Bulls basketball. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump into it as we are talking more Summer League here. So the Chicago Bulls are set to take on the Toronto Raptors here tomorrow. And so definitely going to be taking a look at that game. We'll also be talking about that post game there. But just looking at some of the things to watch here. And so, again, it starts with Modest Buzelis. And so I think that, look, there's been a lot of talk around the Chicago Bulls and just really how bright the future is for this team. And so I know it's been tough as a fan, really, with the transactions and things like that that have happened with this team. And we're just wondering, hey, will it ever turn around? But I will say this, for everything that is going on with this team and trying to transition and get into the right direction, Modest Buzelis is certainly he's a sign of hope, I think, as a fan here. And so I'm just looking forward to seeing what Modest Buzelis is going to do out there. And so I know he's only going to be out there for a limited time. And so is it going to be a game? Is it going to be 2 games? Heck, is it even going to be a half? Nobody knows exactly what the plan is going to be for Modest Buzelis. But I bet you this, though, no matter how much Modest Buzelis plays, I'm just thinking that for everything that we're hearing around Modest Buzelis and just the work that he's put in, I guarantee you that you're probably going to see that he's grown from year one. I think that Modest Buzelis is that type of player, and this is why I'm super excited as a fan to see what he does out there in Summer League. And so I know it's only going to be, a limited amount of time, but I do want to see what he looks like alongside of Noe Essengue, because to be honest with you, these guys, they're going to be the future here for the Chicago Bulls. And I think that, look, if these two players look good together on the court, this could be a sign of things to come with this team. Maybe we're talking about transitioning into the Young Bulls part 2 here. And so we'll see what happens. I know we're a long ways off from that, but bottom line is you need to see the work that players are putting in. And so we'll get a chance, hopefully, to see what Modest Buzelis looks like with the ball in his hands a little bit more. Granted, it is going to be the Summer League, but again, this stuff translates because, look, you can go out there, you can do the practices, you can do the scrimmages and stuff like that, but you actually need to get out there in live action, going against competition that you don't practice against, and really just learn on the fly. And so we'll see what happens with Modest Buzelis, see if he takes a little bit more of a leadership role as well, which I think he's definitely going to have to step into, especially if this team is going to turn some things around. And so looking forward to seeing Modest Buzelis here tomorrow. Next, going into our 2 rookies. And so, look, with Noe Essengue, my whole thing with him is just I want to see just how much he's going to have to really grow because, we continue to keep hearing about development and, it's going to take him some time to get to where he needs to go to. And so I get it. He's the second youngest player that was in this last NBA draft. And so if you didn't get a chance to look at the Summer League games today, Cooper Flagg did play. And look, I loved how he was aggressive out there, but he definitely struggled. I mean, I think he definitely saw that the game speed and everything else was different. And so we'll see what that looks like here for Noe Essengue, really, when it comes down to things like, does he get sped up? Is he going to be a guy that's going to be able to really adapt to the NBA game? And so I think that is something that I'm looking forward to seeing here and just seeing how comfortable he looks on the offensive end. Is he a player that he's going to take the jump shot, even if defense is give it to him. If he misses, is he going to be like Cooper Flagg and continue to keep shooting the basketball? I think that these things are going to be super important here for Noe Essengue, especially if we're looking at him and Modest Buzelis being pieces to really build with here. I think that he's going to have to show that type of dog, that type of mentality like Modest Buzelis if we're going to see this team really take a leap forward. Because it's funny that I was listening to the Sacramento Kings GM, and he was talking about just changing the identity of the team. And I've talked about this several times with the Chicago Bulls. They need players that are going to change the identity of this team. Think about players that we've had in the past, like Joakim Noah, right? And the way that he would go out there and the competition level that he really helped this team get to. That's what we're looking forward to seeing in these competitions. And so I'm looking forward to seeing that with Noe Essengue. And then defensively, what are we going to see there? Because he certainly looks like he has all the tools to be pretty good defensively. I know he's going to have to get a bit stronger, probably pick up a little bit of weight here. That's probably an understatement, especially if he's going to play inside. But let's see what he can do. And so this is why you get excited about the Summer League, a chance to see these guys really be featured, because that's not necessarily the case when they get up into the season and through preseason and everything else. We saw that with Modest Buzelis. And so it may take some time really for Noe Essengue to get onto the floor consistently like Modest Buzelis did last season. And so this is the start. Let's see if he can get off to a good start. And then with Lachlan Olbrich, look, I know he is on a two-way deal, but this is a team that definitely I don't think has stability at the center position, and they're still trying to figure some things out. I'm not going to say that Lachlan Olbrich is going to be the center of the future, but if he can provide something on the front line and show it in the Summer League, and then also to continue to show that as they develop him, hopefully with the Windy City Bulls and things like that, I would say that there could be situations that you see him get some playing time here. And so I do want to see, is he the type of bruiser that we've been seeing here on the film and everything else? And so I think it's going to be fun. And honestly, I think with Yuki out there, these guys are going to have a little bit of a lob city out there, but super excited to see them play here starting tomorrow. And so next, I just wanted to shift focus really quickly here on some players that the Chicago Bulls did not go after. And I'm pretty sure this is probably too soon to start the draft what ifs. And so look, if you did not get a chance to see the earlier game, this was the first game that was televised, at least that I saw here in Vegas, and it was the Timberwolves, and it featured Joan Beringer. And I tell you what, man, he was super impressive. I was just, impressed with the energy level that I saw with him. He was 5 of 6 from the field, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals. He had 6 blocks. He was +8. I mean, he was absolutely everywhere. I mean, on pick and rolls and everything else, the activity level. And I'm just talking about just a second ago how this team is trying to find some stability at the center position. Man, you really have to get excited on a what-if prospect here with Joan Beringer. And so I know it's the first day of Summer League, but man, he looked awfully good. And also too, I got Raynaud, man. I think that he looked very good in his Kings debut. This is a player that we talked about just on the channel with a potential, that the Bulls could maybe go out and get him in the second round. And he had 16 points today, +5, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 6 of 11 from the field and 2 of 5 from deep. But what I loved about him was the basketball IQ. I mean, he would put it on the floor. He was able to find teammates and everything else. And he definitely looks like a player that if he knew it was a mismatch, he would go inside or whatnot. Again, we're talking about adding size and getting some stability for the future at the center position. And so these were a couple of players that the Bulls elected not to draft. Just wanted to throw that out there that they looked pretty good in their Summer League debut. But then again, it is the Summer League, and then they get out and play in the regular season and not look so good, but who knows? But anyway, you guys let me know in the comments, are you guys excited here for this upcoming Summer League with Modest Buzelis and our rookies? What are you guys looking forward to seeing? And also too, what do you think about some of these players that the Bulls elected to pass on in this last NBA draft and them playing well in the opener? And so anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. And as we always say, go Bulls, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.